Hey, what is going on, guys? The Iron Sickle here from SNA recently got reprinted. This is not a new release, it's been out for a little while. If you guys missed it the first time around, now is a great time to get it. I didn't build it the first time this one came around, but as you guys know, I've been really enjoying this line of the Roundtable Knights series kits from SNA. They're fantastic, and so since this got reprinted, I thought perfect time for me to build one and check it out and share my thoughts with you guys in today's video. But I think probably what that's going to consist of is that this is just an awesome kit, because that's been my experience with the rest of the line, but we'll see if there's any surprises in store. Either way, it looks like a really awesome one, so let's go ahead and get into it here for today's video. And so yeah, that spelling error on the front is unfortunate, unless that's just meant to be a lowercase l, I suppose, which I mean still kind of doesn't really make sense. Anyway, the artwork there, very cool with the exploding moon in the background and that huge sickle, which is going to be its signature weapon. I don't know if we have any other weapons included with this at all. This side of the box features some vertical artwork there of the built and painted kit, it looks like. On the other side, ignoring the sticker there, it's just kind of the same box art from the front. On the bottom of the box, another photograph of the finished kit there, looking very cool in a different kind of action pose, and then a line art here on the opposite side. On the back's where we can see some more images of the kit in different poses, standing front and back. And there you can see like the inner frame as well. Oh yeah, and then you do have like these two kind of mini sort of like little mini sights, sort of little hook things that it's got there for weapons, aside from the main kind of sickle there. But it certainly does seem that the namesake, the iron sickle, is going to be the primary weapon that you're going to want to use with this. And so we'll check out all of the runners here in just a moment. Some of those I'm sure are probably going to be familiar, some of like the frame runners and stuff. Looks like we do have some waterside decals included in here as well. Some lining markings for around on the design, mostly in gray, and then some in white there also. And then our instruction manual here has the same box art there on the front. On the back side's got our parts list, and on the inside pages, if there's going to be more, okay, on the back inside pages there's some more information about the Iron Sickle K. I'm guessing that's another spelling error there, sort of, as I think that's meant to be Kai, although I'm not sure. I'll check that one. Anyway, more images of the kit, just like what we saw on the outside of the box here. So considering we've seen that already, back to the front inside page, it's just right on into the construction. So just has the trunk skeleton, and it looks like we're building the entirety of the inner frame first, and then going back and adding the armor on it. So with that being said, it doesn't look like there's really a whole lot much else to go over here in the manual. It's all in black and white there, as you can see. It's really just kind of only highlighting in kind of this pink color where the different connection bits are, like for the shield there, as you can see. Anyway, here at the end we also have a reference page there for where the decals are going to go around on the kit there. Right, so as for the runners, then here, runner A, very familiar runner there in gray of all of our hand parts there. Runner B here in this dark brownish gray is going to be some more parts for the joints and inner frame. And the same thing here for runners a C1, a C2, and a D. So here's runner C1, C2 there. A lot of great mechanical detail on these mechanical and joint parts there for the frame. More here on runner D. We've got two of this D runner. Runner E is an interesting one in this clear blue-green color. It looks like basically parts for a stand, a couple of little clear parts on there as well. But it's just kind of interesting after just recently reviewing the Galahad, and one of my very few critiques of that was that I wish we got some kind of simple stand included as a support stand for its massive hammer. Something like this would have been perfect for that, so I wish that we would have had something like that in that kit. Runner F then is some parts here in black, looks like mostly for the weapon and a few other little bits. Runners G1 and G2, some parts here in light gray for around on the kit, and then obviously our main part for the sickle. It's one thing that I still lament about all of these kits on like their sword and blade type parts. I wish that we would see those in like a plated silver, especially for this part. It would have looked so much better in a nice plated silver. Obviously you can paint it in silver, and that's what I would recommend. But it is also kind of interesting that there's no gold, no plated gold runner in this kit. But here's runner H for some more parts there in light gray. Instead of gold, we have yellow here for runner I. I have to feel like this was a kind of earlier release in the line. I feel like if this was coming out now, probably this would be plated gold. And I think it would be a good idea if you just wanted to make this match with the rest of your kits. Once you have these parts cut out and everything, if you painted these parts in gold, then it would match pretty well with the rest of the line. But there's those bits. Lastly then, runners J and K are going to be some of the white armor pieces here. There's runner J, and we've got two of runner K, so armor parts there for the arms, legs, hand covers, and all that. And that's it for the kit. Let's go ahead and get it built up and check it out. Okay guys, and then here is the kit all built up, and you may notice something a little bit different with this as I took the liberty to take all those yellow parts and just repaint them to gold, just because I thought all the rest of the kits in this series all have those really nice gold accents, and I thought it really would make sense to paint those yellow parts to gold to match kind of the rest of the line, and I think it does look a lot nicer. That said, I mean, those yellow parts didn't necessarily look bad as an accent color for the kit, but like I said, I was just trying to think like, had SNAA, planned from the start to have all their kits having these gold accents like this, here's how this would have looked. Just because this one was an earlier release in the line, I think before they had like that established common aesthetic set for the line, unfortunately. So the design language is all there, kind of what we're used to seeing with all of the other recent releases since then, but I think this now matches the color aesthetic theme for the series very nicely as well. And so for the accessories, most of which are kind of already on there, with the shield being an accessory here that just attaches onto the side of the arm, actually attaches onto the back of the arm and then goes onto the side. And then you have these kind of hook weapons here at the back. You'll notice that the blade parts, I also painted those into silver, just because, again, this is something that I've talked about in a number of SNAA reviews. They're like sword blades, usually aren't plated, just like you'll have like some gold plated accents, but I've always thought it would be nice if they also did like a silver plating for the sword blades and stuff like that, so I went ahead and did that here for these guys, and then for the titular iron sickle as well. So those just fold out there like that. Just kind of a simple weapon, honestly not really that interesting of a weapon, but just so that it has some other secondary weapon, and there's two of these of course there. Something other than the main weapon, it's got those on there as well, just attach onto the backpack there like so. And then real quick for our hand option parts, they're gonna be like the standard set of just closed fists here. We've got some of the more kind of stylistic hands here, like these ones with the thumb, forefinger, and pinky finger extended. We've also got this set of just the thumb and pointer fingers extended for pointing hands. And again, all these hand parts are really nicely detailed. You've got a set of just a fully outstretched hands here like this, and then two different types of weapon holding hands. You have this set here, which is made for like kind of like a larger size handle there, with thumb kind of more further back. And then these weapon holding hands, which are going to be like very similar to like kind of your standard HG weapon holding hands like from Bandai. They're not going to look quite as nice with them being a little bit more like simple in their construction. They're also quite a bit different in terms of just like the size. Like the finger size is about the same, but you can see the backing part is going to be quite different on these compared to all the other hands. All the other hands use this size part, and just these ones use this larger size. It's kind of different, but honestly, these are like the best ones for just holding onto your weapons anyway. So those are probably going to be the ones that you're going to use. And you do also have this display base here. So it's a simple display base. There's no point of articulation other than this part here, the connection piece at the top is on a ball joint, so you can turn and adjust the angle of that. Now this is actually meant to plug in into right here. So at the top of the back skirt, there's this piece here, which is meant to hold the sickle, and we'll get to that in just a second. But if you take that off, there's that square hole right there, and in that spot is where you can plug this display base into there for display. That said, there is also a hole up underneath the skirt armor that you can plug into, but problem is that this connection piece is a little bit wide to fit between the legs, so just kind of depending on the pose. If you have the legs like splayed out good and wide, then it shouldn't be an issue, but you can use that hole there if you prefer. Well, we're here just to admire some nice detail of it underneath the back skirt there. But right, last and certainly not least is of course the iron sickle. So again, this is basically just painted with some silver on there. So I just painted for all the parts that are painted, I just did gloss black, and then in this case it was just actually Mr. Hobby Gun Chrome. That's what I used for the silver for the blades. For the gold parts, it was gloss black, and then Gaia Notes number 010, I think it's bright gold. It's the paint for that, so Gaia Notes for those. Anyway, the sickle here, it doesn't really do anything. It just kind of is this straight handle, doesn't like fold up or collapse. There's no like collapsed version of the handle or anything, so it's just that. That's it. And this will attach up onto this part here on the back, if you can kind of get it up in there. That will attach up into that connection piece there at the back skirt for storage when not in use, and it's kind of cool just having it kind of there in the back. Anyway, other than that, not really too much else to talk about in terms of like gimmicks of the kit necessarily. We have a lot of really nice articulation in here. The head design is really cool with that clear piece kind of for the visor, and you do have a nice range of movement there for that. In the torso section, I guess one thing to point out is that there's not really a whole lot of like back movement. You do have a really nice ab crunch here to the front, but back less so, which is fine really, but just thought I'd point that out. Kind of interesting, the side skirts and front skirts here. The front skirts aren't actually attached in a way which is like typical at all. The front skirts are actually attached to the side skirts, and the side skirts are attached into the waist section. So actually these parts will be able to move out and kind of fully move completely out of the way there if you wanted to bring the leg like really far up to the front. And then we do, as per normal, again, like I said, have a really nice range of articulation, including this nice full knee bend there. But interestingly, I guess no separation of the knee armor, which is something kind of different for this one. Up underneath the feet, nice full detail there. And then with this really bulky, big shoulder armor, these parts will move a little bit up and down there as well. The little thruster bell up inside there is on a ball joint, and these ones here on the back of the leg is also, it's on a ball joint, but it's kind of really just meant to be just basically in just kind of a fixed position there. I do like the asymmetry of the legs, having this kind of extra vernier unit kind of here on the outside of the legs there makes those look quite nice, I think. And then lastly here for the backpack, just this center part will move up and down there like that, and that's really going to be kind of about it. So with this one, let's go ahead and take a look at a few different poses. It's a bit of like a one-trick pony sort of, in that it has this big main weapon as kind of like the main kind of gimmick of the kit, and that's kind of about it. You do have those extra like smaller little scythes that you can use, but I feel like probably most people are going to be using this with its massive scythe, and which is a really cool weapon. It's a really cool design, cool weapon, great quality kit overall, so I'm not saying anything negative about it at all. I'm just saying that it doesn't have like a bunch of different like interesting options that you can do with it necessarily. It's just got like its one big main weapon. The fact that this also includes a base is really nice. That simple display base, I mean, it doesn't necessarily, it's not the most complex thing in the world, it's just a couple pieces, but it's something that I honestly really wish would have been included in all of the kits in this series. I don't know why they stopped including display bases with these. Something interesting came up during the live build, which I thought was a really cool idea, that hopefully maybe at some point they might release a special like base set for the entirety of this line. So there's going to be, you know, a number of kits that are all kind of out in this Roundtable Knights lineup, and so it would be really cool if they all had bases that all like connected together, or if it was just like one big base that holds all the kits or something like that. I think that would be a really, really cool idea, something to see in the future if they released a display base set for all of these kits. I think that would be really cool, because there's a lot of people that are buying all of them just because they're nice kits, and then also it's just like kind of as a collection thing, they're just wanting to collect all the kits in this series. The great thing about these kits too is that they're all very affordable too for what you get for the size, with them being a slightly larger than your typical 144 scale Gundam kit, and with the complexity being that like the amount of detail and complexity of the kit being something comparable to like an RG kit almost. You really get a lot of bang for your buck, and the designs are really cool, so it's easy to see why there's a lot of people collecting these. I think it would make sense for them to make some kind of display base set for them as well. So hopefully maybe from my mouth to SNAA's ears, maybe that's something we might see out in the future. It would be really cool, but let me know your guys' thoughts on this kit down in the comment section below. Is this one that you've picked up for yourself? Did you get it when it first came out, or are you getting it now that it's been reprinted? If you guys have not picked it up yet, you can check it out here at USA Gundam Store. I'll put the link in the video description there, as always, to USA Gundam Store. We've got this in stock at the moment of releasing this video anyway. And so if you did not have this kit yet, I would definitely recommend it to you. If you guys have not checked out this line at all yet, I would definitely recommend checking out one of the kits in the line. I don't know exactly which one would be like the one that I would recommend most to you guys. I mean, they're all really cool, they're all really quite nice, so definitely check them out, guys. And then yeah, if you end up getting this kit and you want to try painting those yellow parts into gold, I think it ultimately makes the kit look nicer, and especially just kind of fits better with the rest of the line, having gold accents on there instead of yellow, just because then it matches with kind of most of the other kits. But let me know what you think. And as always, guys, thanks so much just for checking out the video here today. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. If you're not yet subscribed, you can subscribe as well. I really appreciate your guys' support. Thank you so much. Until next time, hope y'all are doing well. I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.